If you're still waiting for enlightenment to strike you with a lightning bolt while you feel disconnected from source, from your inner knowing, or even from your own power to really heal or improve your life, I'm going to reveal to you a number of ways to connect to your infinite source now. You'll be able to truly feel the divine presence in your life without having to live in a cave for 26 lifetimes. Because here's the truth I finally realized after more than a decade of feeling limited on my spiritual path. We actually don't have to wait. We can go step by step, and we'll still get there while also feeling lighter, stronger, and more connected every day. Hi, welcome to the jungle. My name is Anna Pashanti, and today we're going to tap into our infinite innate power to create change in our lives. Now, if we haven't met before, I teach people how to tap into their multidimensional superpowers for healing and transformation. That's through meditation, energy healing, and mystical expansion. We have fun, but we do really powerful work. And so I was comfortable being a hermit out here in the forest forever, I have to say, but life has shown me in the way that it does that more people need to be hearing these things. So we're going to give it a shot. Okay, so if you're like me, you came to the path of awakening out of both curiosity and the pain of being human. Once you discovered your deeper connection with the universe and all that exists, you never looked back, and your life has never been the same since. Every drama that plays out before you in your daily life just doesn't have the same weight it once did, because you know that reality is so much more than we've been told. You know that we all come from the same source, and that we're all just different fingers on the same hand of divine oneness. Yet, while it's easy to say we're all one, it's a lot harder to really feel your divinity in your body. You've been told that striving for enlightenment is pointless, and that you must instead just let it take you by surprise, however many lifetimes that could take. And so you give up waiting and hoping, and you gradually return to your daily tasks, perhaps feeling a bit disconnected from source, from your intuition, from other people, and even from your own power to really improve your life. You're stuck trying to just meditate it or manifest it away. You know, look, I don't know about you, but I got tired of believing that I do not have direct access to my divine source, to all of the infinite divine power, love, and wisdom of the universe and beyond. Why shouldn't we all have access to this? Why do we still accept the belief that we are dependent on someone or something else to save us, to give us answers, to give us permission to be healthy, happy, or connected? Why do we have to wait for an afterlife? Why do we have to wait for science to prove that it's possible? Why do only a few supremely enlightened beings get to swim in that ocean of infinite love and peace and revel in the joy of existence? Okay, so here's my thought. If consciousness truly is above all other forces in the universe, and I know that it is, you know that it is, then why not consciously decide to open up to the infinite now, in these bodies, in this lifetime, while living a happy life? Who's to say that we can't? Why not be a rebel soul? Why not be a rebellious, a wild, uncontrollable soul? A soul that cannot be controlled by any matrix or belief system or cultural conditioning. Because deep down, I think you know that you can. Imagine what would happen if you could embody your divine essence, your unique stream of source consciousness, more and more every day? How much more light, love, and power would you have at your disposal to make aligned choices and create a life that you actually want to live? Imagine the boost to your health when more photons flood your body every day. You're sleeping more deeply and you worry less. Imagine just filling your heart with divine love and feeling at home wherever you are, instead of doing everything you can to avoid feeling alone. And what if you could align your free will with the divine will of Source so that you're truly living with the flow, in a sense. You're going with the current of life instead of swimming against it. Friend, know that this is possible for you. It is your birthright as a human being. In fact, as they say, your treasure is already within you. Good. You just have to polish the diamond, yeah? Okay, so it's really great to meditate, to connect directly to the source field. Yes. If you're really focused, you can just rest in the blinding light of Source and just let it burn away all of that ego and that trauma, the pain and limiting beliefs that are in your way in between you and truly experiencing your divine nature. There's another equally beautiful way, equally important way as well, and that is to heal the pain and the density that is blocking us from truly embodying our eternal bliss, yeah? But step by step, little by little, letting it burn through you until it's dissolved and transmuted. That's emotional alchemy. And regardless of whatever technique you use for processing your emotions, the important thing is that you are doing this every day, whenever you need to, whenever you have the time. Each time you heal one layer of emotional pain, each time you dismantle a limiting belief or dissolve that fear or shame holding you back. And what are you doing when you do this? You are polishing that exquisite diamond of pure source consciousness that is your true essence. Yes. Most importantly, there's no permission required. We can do this at any moment, and we don't have to feel like we are not good enough in some way to connect with and to be the source that we are. So, as long as you are brave enough to heal the pain and find peace a little bit every day, you will become the treasure you seek. And so that's why I don't teach meditation alone. I always also include the multiple healing practices to really dissolve the emotional and the energetic resistance stored in your body and the unconscious mind that just clouds your diamond's radiance. You know, it diminishes your power and your connection to source. That's it. Because it's already there. So, because I guess the goal is to reveal more of your true divine essence and live a life in alignment with that. So, okay, where do we begin to search for the treasure that is hidden in plain sight? Ramana Maharshi, an enlightened master from India, gave us the image of the pearl diver. The pearl diver ties a heavy stone to his waist with a rope, and with that stone weighing him down, he dives deep down into the bottom of the ocean to collect the pearl that is in its hiding place within the shell, under the sand, at the bottom of the sea. To find our source, he says, we must dive deep into our hearts. And there we will find the pearl of the Absolute. And that's the I Am presence. I really took this to heart. And, okay, no pun intended, I really took this to heart, and I recorded a guided meditation for you in a separate video, which I'll link below. And it's inspired by Ramana Maharshi's Pearl Diver. I would love it if you give it a listen and just let me know what you think. I really hope that it helps you, because the mission here is always to empower you, to empower ourselves to do this, because we can do it. And if we do it, the world will be a completely different place. Yeah. So let me know what you think. And then in the meantime, just keep intending to feel and sense the divine in all things. I know it sounds a lot, but it is possible. I used to think it was impossible until I gave it a go. And I've got a long way to go still. I'm far from enlightened. But once I started, I really felt like the floodgates just opened and the sky is the limit. Okay, there is no limit. But it changed my perception of reality just a little bit every day. Doesn't have to be a lightning bolt. So I guess the only question is, why not? You know, what's holding us back? Only ourselves, I guess. So keep your attention on your I Am presence. And then you can ask yourself the question to end all questions, which is also a gift to us from Ramana Maharshi, and that is, who am I? Who am I? And in the stillness between the words is your answer. And there you will find the pearl. So, if you'd like to join my community where we meet up for live sessions and events, I'll leave the link below as well. You are very welcome, and I would love to have you, because the work that we do ripples out, as you know, and illuminates the whole universe with our light. So, until then, be brave. Be the light that you are. Namaste, my friend.